In Hitman, there are 439 items to choose from. But what if you beat Hitman by using none of these items and also not taking any items from the whole level? Today I'll be beating Hitman 2 with no items at all. This means that I can't bring any items into the mission, I can't pick up any items on the level, and I'll be doing all of this Silent Assassin suit only. Also, a viewer suggested I should try this, so thank you for the suggestion, and let's go on to our first mission in Hawke's Bay. Hawke's Bay is a tutorial mission in Hitman 2, so it's very simple. We have one target, Alma Reynard, but for this challenge it introduces one of the most important elements, which you'll see a bit later. At the start of the mission, we pull on a secret mechanism which opens a secret door where we can pick up a password dongle which we need to get Alma inside her house. After this, we hack the computer and Alma enters her home. Now we're introduced to the move which we'll be using for the rest of the video. This is called a peekaboo. This is where you let someone see you and just before the bar turns all the way yellow, you duck away. This makes the target go investigate and it's great for isolating targets and perfect for this challenge. Now Alma goes to investigate and she's on her own, so we choke her out and stash away her body. After this, we're going to make our way to the exit, and this level has one little trick left. The exit is guarded by 3 guards and you cannot use the exit without making them move away from there. All we need to do though is do a peekaboo on all 3 guards to isolate them and leave the mission. We peekaboo each guard one by one and choke them out, and then we finish this tutorial taking the boat all the way to Miami. Here in Miami, we need to kill Robert and Sierra Knox. These two are a dominant force in the racing industry, and for this mission we'll be killing both of them at the same time. We run into the main building and into a staff area. Here we walk up a staircase, and from here the level is pretty easy to navigate, as once you're in, you only have to worry about cameras and 3 to 4 guards standing in the hallway. Since we want to be killing both of them at the same time, we run through a room and into an elevator shaft. Here we'll be knocking out 3 people in the room. By turning on this fuse box 3 times, we can knock out all 3 of the people that would normally see us. We then pick up a dongle which we use to lure Robert out to his rooftop. This is considered intel in the game, and this will also be the last map where we use any intel. After sneaking past a few guards, I make it to the security room. Here I open the door so the guard walks out and doesn't block me with the door, allowing me to run into the room and disable the security system. After disabling it, I jump through a window and run to Robert's laptop. I use the intel from earlier to hack his laptop and make him go investigate. After this, I wait in this room for Robert and his bodyguard to walk past me. Here I need to choke out Robert's bodyguard. To do this, I bump into him, making him turn around, then I peekaboo him so he walks away from Robert, allowing me to choke him out. After this, all I need to do is just wait for the perfect timing where Sierra is driving right under Robert and then push him off. This kills both of them. Even though I killed both my targets, I'm in the middle of a guard compound, and since I can't have any items, I'm limited to only a few exits which are far away from me and outside of this compound. I timed it well so I could run past all the guards and run back the way I came, allowing me to just run outside and to my next mission in Santa Fortuna, Colombia. Here in Colombia, I need to kill 3 targets: Rico Delgado, Jorge Franco, and Andrea Martinez. All of these 3 targets are in heavily guarded areas, and since we spawn right next to Andrea Martinez, we'll be starting with her. She's the easiest of the 3 to kill, since she goes into a room with one other person. If we're quick enough, we can sneak into this room, allowing us to just wait for her and the other person to enter. Then we choke out her friend first and kill Andrea right after, earning us the first and easiest kill. After this, we set our sights on the next person, which is Rico Delgado. He's walking around his large mansion during this whole mission. By sneaking past these 2 cameras at the entrance, we can walk behind his mansion and use a vine to climb into the mansion. In this mansion, there are a lot of guards all over the place. There's also guests at his party and maids who take care of the mansion. Here, we peekaboo this guard so we can run past him and get behind the mansion. After evading a few other guards, we get to the back of the mansion where we need to take out just one guard before we can take out Rico. We do this by running behind him and turning on the radio so he walks over to it and turns it off. Here we choke him out so I can kill Rico without anyone noticing. We then peekaboo Rico to make him walk towards us. Here we run behind him and choke him out. Now, I have very little knowledge about Colombia and Hitman, so I don't know if I could have just left Rico on the pier, but instead I spent a few minutes finding a timing to drown him in the water, giving me my second kill. I now set my eyes on Jorge Franco. He's in a huge area with a lot of guards, but there is a road directly from Rico's house to Jorge's compound. This makes it very easy to navigate. I peekaboo another guard and choke him out in bushes. After this, I use the peekaboo again, but this time it's on my target Jorge. This makes him walk outside where I can easily choke him out and kill him. Now all I need to do is leave the mission. I do this by stealing his helicopter and flying all the way to my next mission in Mumbai, India. Here in Mumbai, I need to kill 3 targets: Vanya Shah, Dawood Rangan and the Maelstrom, who is hiding somewhere in the city slums. First I set my eyes on Dawood Rangan. He is a part-time Bollywood producer and a full-time mobster hiding in his tower where he is shooting a new movie. To get to him, I climb up a ladder and into a building where I can use a broken down elevator shaft to climb up to the floor where he's walking around. Here I wait for a guard to turn corners so I can choke him out. After choking him out, I hide his body when Dawood is looking away. I then run past him and knock out another guard whose body I also hide. Because this guard was knocked out in this specific spot, Dawood sees the gun and tells his bodyguard to grab it for him. This means that Dawood will be alone for a while. While his guard is putting the gun into storage, I can kill Dawood and secure my first kill. I now set my eyes on the Maelstrom. Now if you see my other video where I beat Hitman by only being out of bounds, this area is familiar. The Maelstrom will always come to this area if you raise a flag. This indicates that his date is about to start. I knock out both the guards patrolling the flag and hide their bodies. After this, I raise the flag and go downstairs. I then knock out the girl who he's supposed to go on a date with and hide her body as well. Now I just need to wait for the Maelstrom to enter the house. I choke him out and stab his neck, and we're on to the last target. My last target, Vanya Shah, is hiding in a train station filled with guards, and she's always being followed by this one girl in the yellow dress. The only time Vanya is alone is when she's washing her face. Now luckily for me, there's a tiny bush which for some reason hides you, so it's possible to go down these stairs without getting spotted. I then jump out of a window, and here I peekaboo a guard to get past him and get deeper into the train station. Once the guard comes over to investigate, I jump back into the train station and into the security cart. Here I can destroy the evidence after knocking out another guard. I then run outside the cart where I can hide in some bushes to wait for Vanya Shah. I then drown her while she's washing her face, securing me my final kill in this mission. Whittleton Creek, one of, in my opinion, worst maps in Hitman 2, purely because you need to find all the clues and can't leave without finding them. On this map we need to kill Janus and Nolan Cassidy and find 3 different clues. Now it's impossible to find all 3 clues without picking up an item, so I will need to pick up a microfilm to inspect later. We start off by doing a lot of running to Janus' house, where we turn on his gramophone. This will eventually give us our first clue. Once Janus enters the room, his bodyguard will follow shortly after. We will peekaboo his bodyguard and knock him out so we can kill Janus while no one sees. After choking out the bodyguard, we wait for the clue to end and we get our first clue and kill our first target. Once Janus is dead, we head for our next clue, which is in his basement. We need to make some swift moves past a few guards to get to the basement. On our way, we also pick up the microfilm for later. Once in the basement, we wait for the guard to walk past and choke him out. We also pick up our second clue and destroy the cameras. We exit Janus' house and run towards our last target, Nolan. We time it perfectly so he's isolated in the garage with his bodyguard. choke out the bodyguard, which temporarily loses a silent assassin marked by the red guns next to the minimap, but we gain it back after killing Nolan. After this kill, we head to our last clue, which is the microfilm. We scroll through it for a bit and then we find an exit and leave to our final mission on the Isle of Sgail. Here we need to kill Zoe Washington and Sophia Washington. Now this map is probably my least played map in the whole Hitman franchise, since there are a lot of different levels with many not being accessible to normal guards. Nothing really eventful happens on this map, since it's a lot of maneuvering around guards when they move. We climb up a drain pipe which allows us to be very high up and near the center of the building. Once we get into the building, we stand by this door for a very long time until Sophia finally crosses our path. Here we do a peekaboo and walk further down the hallway while the yellow bar is still showing. This will make Sophia walk further down the hallway and we can then choke out both her and her bodyguard easier. After killing her, we climb back down and do another peekaboo on a guard. Here we lure him away so we can choke him out. After choking him out, we need to do a very specific peekaboo on Zoe, right in front of her. While doing this, we run away to the grass where we knocked out the guard and peekaboo her again to get her over there. We can then choke out the guard and kill Zoe, ending this last mission in the Hitman 2 Islandless Challenge. If you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like and a subscription to the channel. My goal is to reach 10 million subs by January 1st, 2025. If you have any ideas for the future videos, please tell me in the comments and have an amazing day.